Good afternoon, everybody. Alan Dobkin here. Wanted to give you a sneak preview for what is coming in my World-Class Teacher's Handbook, Secrets to Running a Great Classroom e-course. If you are like most every teacher, you are overworked, underpaid, stressed, under the gun, having to watch your back, and no matter what you do, there just isn't enough time. And every day you feel like there's 1,000 things that have to get done, but there's only time to do maybe 100 of them. And so you're constantly playing this game of catch up and prioritizing and hoping that nobody notices how many balls you've dropped, but it isn't your fault. It's just not possible to do everything. So very quickly, I'm just going to go through and give you a sneak preview. I'm not going to give you too many details, but I want to let you know what it is about and what's coming so that you can tell if this is for you. I'm sure you're a fantastic teacher. I know that you work very hard. I don't have to meet you to know that. So, obviously, I'm going to tell you about my background. I'm not going to tell you now, but I've been a teacher for a long time, and I'm a fantastic teacher. What makes a great classroom? What makes a world-class teacher? A couple of key distinctions there. So I'm going to go over that in some detail because, having that goal of being a world-class teacher really helps you to clarify what choices you're going to make. We're all teachers in progress. None of us are perfect. There's only two rules. There's not a whole lot that you have to actually, memorize or necessarily remember. You just have to understand it, because once you've got the understanding, then you're able to apply it. Obviously, being prepared. Don't be boring. I could take a lesson from that. But keeping students on track. This is about making your teaching day as productive and stress-free as possible. That is what this course is about. And it's about avoiding the pitfalls that new teachers especially fall into. It's about avoiding the trap of high expectations that are unrealistic for the students. It's about finding ways to go to the bathroom during the school day so that you don't wind up with kidney stones like I did. Working together as a team. Basically, unfortunately, what a lot of training programs do is give you a cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all system that mostly doesn't fit for anybody. So what you have to do is find out what works for you and then just stick with that. And so I'm going to teach you how to handle the overwhelming amount of paperwork, things like that, how to handle disruptions, teaching classroom skills. You can see that the kind of information that I'm going into here isn't necessarily new, but the way that I applied it in my classroom, and just to give you an idea, I worked exclusively with students who had learning disabilities and ADHD. So you can imagine trying to run a high school classroom with some kids who are at the genius level of the IQ scale and some kids who technically meet the requirements to be classified as mentally retarded. Most of them have ADHD, a third of them have autism or Asperger's or on the spectrum somewhere. And we're all in the same science class, or we're all in the same social studies class, and I had 50 of them. But I did really well with them because I found ways to fine-tune what I was doing to suit my personality and my strengths, and that the things that I wasn't good at, I got help. And a lot of times the help that I would get would be from some of the kids themselves. So I'm going to teach you how to do your lesson planning so that you don't waste time. Probably half of you are thinking that lesson planning in general is a waste of time. I'm going to teach you how to be evil in a good way. Don't want to give away that one. I'm going to teach you, what to do so that your lesson plans support what you need to get done during the day, because there is, unfortunately, paperwork you have to do. And the last thing in the world I want to do is tell you, well, you're going to have to stay late. You shouldn't have to stay late. The different types of lesson plans, how to handle a pack of hyenas, how to see the kids in a way that's productive for you and healthy for you. I'm going to go over how to manage the classroom. I'm going to go over, how to handle the tough kids, how to handle the good kids, how to make sure that your good kids don't get squished, how to take care of that kid who doesn't cause a problem but therefore doesn't get your attention like they really ought to. I'm going to go through all of that, how to set up your classroom rules so that the kids are supporting you and working with each other instead of against each other, how to cut down on the bullying and the teasing without actually having to do anything special. I'm going to make you laugh, I hope. And, ultimately that's what it is. So I've shown you now the behind the scenes of almost all the slides. I'm going to stop now because I don't want to give everything away. The key thing is this. If you need more time, I'm going to help you get more time. If you need more cooperation, I'm going to help you get more cooperation. If you need to have higher standards, I'm going to help you have higher standards for your kids. If you need less stress, I'm going to help you have less stress every day. If you're feeling like you don't want to go to work tomorrow, I'm going to help you feel like you can't wait to go to work tomorrow. There's a lot of things that we can do working together. I'm really excited. This is what I did. I started off as a regular classroom teacher just like everybody else. I came up through the ranks, and in my entire tenure as a teacher and as a principal, I always stayed in the classroom so that I could have my finger on the pulse of what's going on with the kids. So I'm not handing you something down from an ivory tower. I hope I'm not going to condescend to you. My personality is sarcastic, but I hope I'm not going to get it on you because you're a student. You're one of my students. But what I am going to do, hopefully, is give you some of the tools and techniques that I tested out and that worked for me and that I already taught to other teachers and it worked for them too. So I've kind of handpicked the best ones to put into this course, and I hope I'll see you there. Thanks so much. Have a good one and good luck.